Hello, this is Dave Knight here at Knight Capital Management. I want to thank you for your time. We're going to take a look at the eMini Bull Bear Basic, or my free method that I had alluded to in the previous YouTube video. And we're going to take a look at a day trading here. That'll be in November 2009 on Friday the 13th. Trade number 1 with, so we can take a look at trade 1, 2, and 3. Trade total of 200. See, trade number 1 lost 100, trade number 2 won 150, and trade number 3 later in the day here 150. So here's trade number 1, 2 over here, and 3 right here, all one contract trading. So let's go ahead and start talking about the trades, and let me go ahead and enter trade number 1 details for you. So as you look at trade number 1 here, what we see is an entry point at 1086.5. Now what that is the open, which is the open of this next bar here. After the first 5 minutes, this is a 5-minute charts, by the way, is 1087, 2 ticks below this on the spike reversal here. This is a spike reversal, first bar entry at the 50 bar. This gray dotted line going across here is your 50 bar MA line. It's on a 5-minute 50 bar. And above this, which will come into play a little bit later on, will be the 200 bar MA. But for now, we're looking at the 50 bar crossover, and this is a nice system trade. We take our entry point here at 1086.5. We run with a stop loss in this case of 2 points at 1088.5 and a target of 1083.5. Now, if we look down here, we got our CCI closing above the 100 mark at a 102.74, and you can see that we have nice green volume here. Now we're going to talk about a trade just a little bit, but anyway, so let's talk a little bit more about this trade, and let me go ahead and zoom in here for you. Now we got in here, and unfortunately we were filled at 1086.5, and you can see that it hit our stop at 1088.5 before it did go on to target here at 1083.5. So this particular trade was our loser on the Friday the 13th at minus $100. Per contract here. So in trade number 1, this is the one that lost $100. So let's go over here and let's take a look at trade number 2, and let me go ahead and set up some figures for you on that. So here's our trade number 2 setup here. Right now you can see the crossover of the 50 bar MA, and our entry point here is right here. And look here at the CCI 127.74 on this bar, crossing over, and we'll talk about some of these other bars later, but 127.74, and you can see volume is touching, in this case, our moving average line here in volume, giving us a nice signal all the way across the board. Our entry point is 2 ticks higher than the open. In this case, our open was on this bar was at 1089.5, entry point of 1090, and you can see that we reached 1093 before we reached 1088. Let me blow that up a little bit better for you so you can see it. So here's our entry point here at 1090, and here is our exit point on this bar right here at 1093. This is 3 points of profit, or 12 ticks. Each tick in the ES market is $12.50 a tick. These 12 ticks right here equals $150. So right now we have a trade for 100 minus and a trade for 150 plus, and we're up net 50 at this point in time. So let's go over here and talk about trade number 3. Now if we look back, we can see we didn't have a crossover of our 50 bar MA until later in the day, and later in the day being right here at 225. So let me go ahead and put the entry points in for you here at 225. So here we are at trade number 3, and we can see once again we had our open here at on this bar. Now 225, our open here is at 1091.75, making an entry point 2 ticks below at 1091.25. The stop here is 1093.25, and our profit target is 1088.25. We look down at our CCI, it's down below the negative 100 at negative 179.57, and if we look further down, we see our volume is green. So we have green bar volume, we have a nice CCI, we have a nice red bar, we have a close below our 50 and our 200 bar MA, giving us a nice strong down signal. And if we zoom in here, whoops, let me stop that and bring this out here. If we zoom in here, we can see that our entry point at 10.91 1/4 was filled here at 10.88 1/4. Maybe perhaps you get in and get filled here on this bar, but you certainly got filled here at the 3 o'clock bar, and never once were you in jeopardy here at 10.93 1/4. This trade here earned $150, so 150 plus our other 150 is 300, less the 100 that we lost on the opening trade, comes up with a net of $200 on Friday the 13th. So once again, as we recap this trading day, we noticed that trade number 1 lost $100, trade number 2 earned $150 per one contract, and trade number 3 also earned $150 per contract, given a grand total trading day total of $200. And even if you had quit after the morning session, you still would have been up $50 less your commission cost, making this a positive day if you didn't catch the Friday afternoon trade. This is the eMini Bull Bear basic free method that I'm showing, and I look forward to talking to you a little bit more in detail about that. Okay, if you'd like more information about this eMini Bull Bear basic free method until I have it developed for you, send me an email at support@knightcapitalmanagement.com. That is support@knightcapitalmanagement.com, and I'll forward you instructions of how you can get this template and start using this method for your own trading. This is Dave Knight here at Knight Capital Management. Until I get everything completed, send me an email at support@knightcapitalmanagement.com. Look forward to helping you. Good trading, everybody, and we'll talk to you a little bit later. Bye now.